with Angela Yee, and boy, are we in for a treat today. We have guest hosting Carlos King. Woo, Carlos King. I would say the king of non-scripted television.
Yes, we could say that.
Or do you like reality better? What do you like, non-scripted?
Well, listen, my fan base is called the Raindrops.
Right.
Okay? So the Raindrops have named me the king of reality TV, so we're going to stick with reality TV.
Okay. I don't know. Some people act like reality is such a bad word, you know.
No!
But I'm all in. I just want to say.
Baby, and so am I.
All right. Well, we're going to get into some Carlos King things today. We were actually just in Paris at Jennifer Williams' wedding, so I know we're going to discuss that because the Basketball Wives reunion first part came out yesterday, so we'll discuss. But let's start the show with some love and positivity. Let's shine a light. 800-292-5150. Call us up. Let us know who you want to shine a light on. Okay, who do you want to spread some love to? And we'll do the same. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
I'ma shine. I'ma shine. Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with Carlos King.
Yes.
Oh, man. Carlos, you got to shine a light on somebody today because you spread so much love. So who do you want to shine a light on?
You know, there's so many wonderful people in the world, but I want to shine a light on my Kingdom Reign family. It's my staff of amazing people. I was in Paris celebrating our mutual friend Jennifer's wedding. I'm in New York this week, and they are holding down the fort. And it goes to show you that there is no I in team, and I am literally nothing without my team. So as I'm here kicking it up with my girl Angela, I want to spread the love and joy to my wonderful team holding it down at the fort.
And it is very busy over there at Kingdom Reign. Y'all got a lot of TV shows that you guys are working on. By the way, the Emmy nominated staff.
Yes, yes, I'm on top of the Emmys.
Oh, okay.
Wish me luck.
Oh my gosh, listen, we are going to be praying
Please.
that you get this. It's well deserved though. You've been working in this business
Thank
for quite
you,
some time.
Angela.
And you're right there. You're nothing without your team.
Nothing. They really do hold down not only the fort, but like the executives over at the networks and the talent. You know, it's a well-oiled machine, and it's because I have a great support staff.
All right. Well, who do you guys want to spread some love to? 800-292-5150. Raquel, who do you want to shine a light on?
I want to shine a light on my man, Dwayne from Jersey City, just because, you know, he's been going through a lot as a father, as a black man, and he is really doing big things, and if nobody's going to support him, I'm going to support him, so I'm shining a light on him, and I love him.
What's his name?
Dwayne from Jersey City.
All right, Dwayne from Jersey City. Your girl loves you. You are her man. Sound like y'all had a good night last night, too. I'm not going to lie.
We always have good nights. And I just love him.
Okay, sis. Okay, Raquel.
All right, Angela. Thank you so much. I appreciate all that you do. And so I'm going to shine a light on you, too.
Oh, well, thank you. All right. Well, that was Shine a Light, 800-292-5150, in case you couldn't get through. And when we come back, let's take advantage of the fact that Carlos King is here, the king of reality TV. And we'll talk about T.I. and Tiny. They have won a $71 million lawsuit. We'll give you the details. It's Way Up.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yee tea. Come and get the tea.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here, and Carlos King is here with me, the king of reality TV.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And let's get into some Yee tea. So T.I. and Tiny have won a $71 million lawsuit against MGA Entertainment. That is a toy company that they said violated the intellectual property rights of the OMG girls with their LOL Surprise OMG line of dolls. Those dolls do look just like the OMG
they
girls.
deserve this win. Now listen, it's $71 million, right? So do T.I. and Tiny get the entire $71 million? They get 50%. Like, how much are they pocketing, Angela?
I don't know how that works, but I know the lawyer probably gets about half because that's what always happens. But no matter, I mean, it's a nice win. And what they said was that they should have been penalized. They got penalized even more. So it was $17.8 million in real damages, $53.6 million in punitive damages. It was a 3-week trial. And Tiny had this to say.
This for the city, we did this for the culture. It was a fight. We couldn't be more happy, man. I wanted to come on here. I honestly wanted to thank the jurors for seeing us through this. They heard our story and they knew we wasn't lying.
See?
Amazing.
That's a nice win.
So what are they going to do with all this money?
I don't know, but listen, open some businesses, maybe buy some houses, invest. I know they do all of those things, right? So we'll see.
Retirement.
All right. And Meagan Good was on a recent podcast with Raven Simone and her wife, Miranda Madej. And she was asked about what her experience has been being pretty. And sometimes there's an issue which they call being pretty can actually hinder you.
I can't tell you how many times I've walked into something and I had an audition. They were like, she was great. But we don't realistically believe her as this character because she's, a pretty girl and we just don't feel like it. I'm like, how can you determine what that character should look like or even what I will look like?
Right. She said there's times when the leading man was cast and she was passed because he doesn't look like he could get her.
I don't know about this one. Listen, that's her experience, right? So I'm not going to deny her experience. But I look at Hal Berry, who played a crackhead in Jungle Fever. I look at Charlize Theron, who played a monster, won an Oscar for it, right? So I think if you're able to really have a great makeup artist, you can be ugly.
Right.
I don't think pretty.
You can look like a completely different person. I was saying Gwyneth Paltrow when she played in Shallow Hal. And
Bingo.
So you can look like somebody, but I guess maybe she's saying in the auditions they can't visualize it. You know what? You should go to the audition looking different.
I was just about to say
makeup
that.
Done,
Don't get beat.
Get into it.
Yes, don't get the Fenty beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, come in, fresh face, a nasty wig.
There you go.
Yeah.
One of the wigs that Halle Berry is making, the distress wig.
Yeah.
The distress wigs. All right. And lastly, Mary J. Blige was on Sherry yesterday. Sherry's show is back for a new season. And amongst the things that she talked about, she is going on tour. And she'll be on tour with Neo and Mario. That's starting in January.
Okay.
Right? But she also has a new man. Here's what she had to say about that.
Well, it's going well because I'm doing well for myself.
Yes.
I feel good about me. Like, I look good to me. I feel good to me, and so I'm embracing me. So when you embrace you, everything is embracing you.
Ooh.
Look inside of the mirror.
Yeah, who's embracing you, Mary?
Always.
Yeah, share my love, honey. Come on.
All right, well, good for you, Mary J. Blige. She's my Capricorn sister. And when we come back, we have About Last Night. That's where we discuss what we did last night. And you know what we got to talk about?
What?
Basketball Wives reunion.
Oh, Lord Jesus, have mercy on my soul.
And we have our own insight on that because we were both at Jennifer and Christian's wedding in Paris.
Yes.
And the cast was coming for Jennifer yesterday, but we'll give you our side, all right? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. About Last Night is next. Here's some Jay Holiday.
So, about last night. Here's how it went down.
Last night. It's Way Up. I'm here. Carlos King is here. Woo, Carlos. All right.
Yes.
So last night, we know that the Basketball Wives LA reunion was airing, part 1. And a lot of what this was about was Jennifer and the concern that her castmates had about her marrying Christian. And we were at the wedding in Paris.
A fantastic wedding.
Now, I will say there were some pivots that had to be made because originally the wedding was set to be at the Four Seasons. But then I think because he had his issues where they weren't sure if he would be able to come, they ended up not being able to lock down the venue because you don't want to put money on a place and then God forbid he can't make it and now you lose your deposit, right? And so, they ended up getting married outside, outdoors, which I love an outdoor wedding.
Yes.
In the park.
She looked gorgeous.
That dress was amazing.
Amazing.
She had like 5 different dresses, but the actual dress she got married in, it wasn't white.
No.
It was like a blush color.
Beautiful.
Like a pink blush color,
Stunning.
which is her favorite color, pink. Now, last night on the reunion, and I noticed none of the castmates were there. And Evelyn.
Which speaks volumes.
Why do you say that?
Because they're not real friends.
Ooh. All right. Well, let's hear what Evelyn had to say at the reunion because she felt triggered by some remarks that Jennifer had to make. There was this whole false imprisonment, whole false imprisonment thing that happened where he got charged. And that's why he had to pay restitution because I guess he wouldn't let the woman he was dating at the time leave. And she ended up jumping off the balcony. Here's what was said.
Christian was acquitted of anything domestic.
Can you tell me what he was actually convicted for?
false imprisonment.
It's triggering for me hearing those things. We had a conversation with her, and I just think Jennifer was talking fast when she said, it probably would have been better if she would have something about a car crash.
If you say, don't leave, let's work this out, that's considered false imprisonment.
I ain't never saying that.
He would have been better off just letting her go, get in a car crash, and whatever happens to her. Well, yeah, because that's what his attorney said.
So she's saying that I guess for him it would have been better if he would have just let her do that because then he wouldn't have these charges.
Yeah, so listen. I love Jen. Jen is my friend. My friendship with Jen and all my girls is predicated on honesty because I'm honest with all of them. That wasn't a great comment. That was very distasteful. And I'm sure Jen can acknowledge that today. But at the time, I'm aware she was trying to defend her then fiance.
Right.
But that statement obviously is not great.
Right. Now, another thing that happened, and by the way, while she was getting married, Evelyn posted, when God gives you warning signs, it's not to hurt you, but to protect you from greater pain. And
on her wedding day,
she said, when you turn a deaf ear to God's warnings, you might find yourself walking into the very danger he was trying to save you from.
I didn't like that.
All right. Another thing that happened on the reunion yesterday was Brandy and Jennifer were talking about, they were tiptoeing around the topic of Christian and her marriage. And here's what was said.
Honestly, I think we're tiptoeing around the subject with her and Christian because we are cautious and gentle with Jennifer because we do love her and we don't want you to be mad at us.
We don't have to tiptoe around anything. Just like I don't have to agree with your decision, what you stand with Jason, you don't have to agree with my decision.
I never investigated him because I don't want this to ruin my friendship with her because I love Jennifer.
I don't know if posting a story on your girl's wedding day shows you love them. I thought, and listen, I love Evelyn. She's a great reality star. I thought that was very distasteful to do on that woman's wedding day.
Well, listen, we're going to talk about this some more when we come back because you actually sat down and did that exclusive interview with Jennifer and Christian. So you had some inside scoops. But what would you do if you felt like your friend shouldn't marry someone? What is your responsibility? And if you should you still go to the wedding? Should you sit it out? We want to see what you think. 800-292-5150. Call us up. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
It's not just right or wrong. It's about what you believe. It's time to pick a side and stay there.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee, and I am here with the king of reality TV, Carlos King.
Woo woo!
And we are talking about Basketball Wives LA. The reunion part 1 was on last night. And we know that Jennifer and Christian got married in Paris. We were at the wedding.
Had a great time.
And we had a time. We went to Soho House.
Baby.
We went to Buddha Bar.
Honey.
I mean, she got married. It was beautiful in the park. We had a boat ride.
Yes.
With the Eiffel Tower in the background. But some people did not show up for this wedding. And the cast did not feel like it was a good idea. So we are going to pick a side. Now, what would you do? Your friend is getting married and you don't think it's a good idea. Would you still attend?
Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, my friendship is not predicated on your decision making of a partner you're choosing to be with. This is your life, right? My job as your friend is not to sleep with you. Is not to, that's not my, whoever you decide to sleep with, that's your business. As your friend, it is my job to show up and be honest with you. And I felt like this. As long as we have the conversation and I express how I felt and you received it, I'm showing up.
Right. I agree with that. I think that you can express yourself and not overdo it, right? You say it, look, this is how I feel. I'm not going to tell you every time I see you, but I'm going to just say it once just so you know. And I've done this like 3 times in my life. And I'm just going to tell you this one time. It was fine for me. Because I think that it's fair to express yourself. But if you're going to keep saying the same thing over and over again and they're still doing what they're going to do, that's on them. That's not on you. I can't tell you what decisions to make in your life. If it's legal and you want to do it, that's on you. If it doesn't work out, I'll still be your friend. All right. Well, you guys pick a side. Your friend is getting married and you don't want her to or him to. Do you go to the wedding? Kiara, pick a side.
Heck no.
Ooh.
No? Why not?
No, not at all. I'm going to tell you why. Because I feel like going to a wedding of my friends that she's marrying somebody that is not healthy for her is only enabling the bad behavior and the bad company and toxicity. And if I truly love my friend, I would stand on, I love you and I'm always here for you. However, I cannot support this because this is not something that is healthy for you. Now, at the end of it all, when he does break her heart or if anything happens, I'm still going to be there for my friend and hold her hand, but I'm not going to enable staying in a toxic relationship, especially marrying into that toxic relationship.
Have you ever had your friends not like your man?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be honest. I'm going through that right now with my fiance. We had a huge infidelity situation back in April, and my friends and family are not supportive of who he is in this very moment. But in the same way that I was raised, you know, we all act the same.
You'll be okay with them not showing up to the wedding?
I'm going to be honest. Yes, I am. That's one less place for me to pay for.
Girl!
It's my life at the end of the day. It's my life at the end of the day. And nobody has to agree. We don't all have to agree with what we do. It's their life at the end of the day. That doesn't mean I stop being their friend. I just won't be there at the wedding. I'll be at the reception. I might even get you a wedding gift later on, but I'm not coming to the wedding to support the toxicity. Absolutely not.
Well, thank you for calling. You definitely had a strong opinion, so we appreciate that.
No, I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Love you, Angela.
Love you. Hey, Amanda.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
So it's me and Carlos. We want you to pick a side. If your friend is getting married, but you don't agree, should you still go?
It depends on the situation. Have you talked to this friend? Have you really, expressed how you feel about the situation? Like, I've had an experience a few years ago. I was actually a bridesmaid in a wedding, and I saw the way that her husband-to-be was treating her, and I finally sat down with her. I told her, I don't think you should do this. Caused a huge blowout between the two of us, and I ended up not going to the wedding. And it was because of the fight that we got into. And now I look at their relationship, and I'm like, they're still miserable. We have a lot of mutual friends, and all those red flags that I saw are still there.
Oh, my God.
Do you regret saying something?
I 100% regret saying something because now I just lost a friend out of it.
Yes, that's what I was saying earlier, right? You'll end up losing a friend sometimes in that situation because sometimes you got to just support people, even if it's not the decision you would make.
Right.
If they're going to do it anyway, you don't want to isolate them from your life. You want them to still feel like they could talk to you without judgment, but you can't stop people from doing things. Well, thank you for being honest with us. We appreciate it, Amanda.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. See, now, I don't know. It feels like it's a split decision there. You should say something. Everybody has a different story, though. And so
I'm always going to say something.
Right. Say something. But you're going to still show up and support.
I'm going to always say something, and I'm going to always show up.
Okay.
That's
all right.
me.
You could do both.
You can do both. There's no picking a side.
All right. Well, when we come back, we have your Yeetie. Carlos, are you ready to talk about Diddy?
No.
Have you been to... Everybody is weighing in on this Diddy situation. When I say, I've seen every person have something to say about it.
Yes.
But we'll tell you what are some of the updates that we have right now, because this is something that you can't help but follow.
Right.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. Yeetie is next.
They say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip, Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee, and I am here with Carlos King today. I'm having a good time.
I love being with you.
And let's get into some Yee tea. First of all, congratulations to Ebony K. Williams.
Yes!
She has welcomed a baby girl, Liberty Alexandria Williams. And I pointed out Law.
Smart Ebony, L-A-W, the initial, so Law. Go ahead, sis.
She said Lady Liberty came to New York City in 1886. She came as a symbol of liberty and freedom 2 decades after the American Civil War. And she said while most people associate the monument with immigrants arriving at the New York harbor, this was a secondary narrative. The French creators behind the statue originally wanted to honor the newly emancipated and formerly enslaved Africans, Black Americans. And so... there's always a deeper meaning with Ebony, let me tell you.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But congratulations to that beautiful baby girl.
Beautiful, healthy baby girl.
Yes.
All right. Shout out to you, Ebony. All right, Diddy. They said his streams have increased significantly amidst all of this news, right? You would think it would be the opposite.
Right.
But apparently his streaming numbers have increased, and so have, by the way, also all of these old interviews that everybody's posting. They said there's about an 18% increase in on-demand streams during the week of his arrest compared to the prior week. Now, I saw a lot of people posting clips from previous interviews that he did. One of them was where he was saying on Entertainment Tonight that he would eventually get arrested for partying so much. Here's what that sounded like.
They're going to have to accommodate me and him and give us a quick trial. He's ready. He's focused. Nothing has changed from his perspective.
Okay, I don't think that's the right clip. But that was a 1999 clip from Entertainment Tonight where he was saying they're going to end up arresting him. Here it is.
They won't even give me a permit for the parties, man. They don't want me to throw the parties no more. But we ain't going to stop. We're going to keep on having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life. You're going to hear about my parties. They're going to be shutting them down. They're going to probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we want to have a good time.
I know, that didn't age well. 25 years ago he said this.
Ooh, 25 years ago, and he's make it 25 years. That's insane.
And his hearing, by the way, is scheduled for October 9th at 2 p.m. And he's been placed on suicide watch while being held at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center. And I know they're trying to see if they can get him moved somewhere else.
Is that a bad jail?
They're all bad, but I think that this has a bad reputation.
Right, Angela Carlos. I don't know if that's a good jail.
Send me to the good jail. But they've been having issues. I remember they didn't have heat at one point, and people were freezing inside. It's just a lot of issues there with how they treat people. So yes, I'm sure he wants to get moved out of there. Is that a bad jail?
I know. I'm like, is that the one of it's not like Rikers though, right?
No, Rikers is like a holding facility, right? And so I think a lot of the issues, and they're supposed to be shutting Rikers down. The plan was for it to shut down in 2027, and they're going to build these smaller ones in each borough. But I don't think that's going to happen in time. Okay. Now, another thing, Meek Mill is on social media because people keep on tying him into these rumors with Diddy. And he said, I want to hire an investigative team, $100K cash, to find out every specific detail involving Meek Mill named to Diddy case. I also want them to look at who is powering the media involving Meek. Anything to do with Buddy. Something not right. The streets want to know what's up. The streets know what's up with me. That's not the case. We're talking about business side, somebody powering these bad campaigns. So he feels like people are powering a campaign to tie his name into it. And then, of course, they posted this clip.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
Then they posted a picture of them wearing matching shirts and stuff like that. But you know,
yeah, I don't get called daddy unless I'm doing things to someone else.
Yeah, daddy.
So Meek, daddy or zaddy.
What about Big Papa?
Again, when you're doing things after midnight, you know what I'm saying?
I don't go around calling people daddy either.
Yeah, I'm not calling anybody a dad. I don't call my own father who's living, thank you God, daddy.
I don't call my dad daddy either.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna call another grown ass man daddy.
Who's your daddy? All right, when we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are flying under the radar, but you need to know about them. If you think you blocked somebody on Twitter, guess again. All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee.
This in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here, and Carlos King is here with me. And it's time for these under the radar stories. Now, did you know that blocking users will soon be banned on X? I love blocking people.
Yes. It's my American right.
That. I know, and Elon Musk said, high time this happened. The block function will block that account from engaging with, but not block seeing a public post. So, I don't know about that. I've been big on muting people.
See, that's the thing. Do not unfollow anybody because it'll offend them. So what I do,
I just mute people.
Exposing myself, I mute more people than you can imagine.
Yeah, so many people are muted and I don't see anything. You say one thing, instead of blocking you, I'll just mute you.
Yeah.
So I guess as long as the mute button still works, we're good.
Yes.
All right, now you're going to like this story. I saw this on Good Morning America. Did you know? Across the nation, there's more than $20 billion that's waiting to be reclaimed by citizens who may not even know that they may be owed cash from unclaimed property. That's like uncashed paychecks, refunds, or deposits. And so it turns out, and I've known this because I actually got some money. It wasn't like a ton of money, but it's still nice.
How much you got, Angela?
It might have been a couple $100. That was
good.
Unclaimed, right. And so according to the National Association of Unclaimed Property Administrators, 1 in 7 Americans has unclaimed property. And even if you checked in the past and didn't have any, just check every year because you'll be surprised if there's some unclaimed cash that is sitting there waiting for you. You can submit a free claim and find out about it there. So, just letting you guys know that you might have some money that's owed to you.
I'm checking tonight.
Yeah, I'm about to look right now.
I need a free ticket.
Ooh, and if you're looking for, like, you could even have money from a federal tax refund. You can go to the IRS refunds pages too. But just make sure you do that. Missingmoney.com or unclaimed.org. Those are the websites you can go to.
Save it.
All right. Well, that is your Under the Radar. Now, you know we got the Way Up mix at the top of the hour. And Carlos King is live here today. Tomorrow, too, right?
Tomorrow.
All right. So when we come back, we'll also be talking to him about all of his different projects going on. I love that you have this Detroit show, too. Love and Marriage. Not just Huntsville, but you're in Detroit.
I'm in Detroit, baby. 313.
All right. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Way Up.
Just like to talk like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way Up.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee, and I am here with Carlos King from Kingdom Reign Entertainment, the founder and CEO. Let's get into some Yee T. You ready?
I'm ready, baby.
All right. Well, it turns out that Diddy at the New York City jail that he's at, MDC, he has now been moved to a section of the jail with Sam Bankman-Fried. That was the cryptocurrency fraudster, according to sources. That's where he's being held now. It's for people who require special protection, according to sources familiar with the matter.
Okay, so he's in the safer part of the prison.
Right, people who need more protection. And the unit, they said it has 18 to 20 inmates who have to get that special protection, like high-profile defendants to individuals who cooperate with investigations. And it is considered general pop in nature, but with added security.
Do you think a lot of the men in prison are going to try Diddy? Because you know how it is.
Like, yeah, they say that, and somebody who used to work there said that would give somebody stripes, like if they, you know.
Like attack him?
Yeah, and that's why it's a dangerous situation for him, no matter what. But who knows? I mean, Diddy's a high profile person. It could go either way. I watch all those movies and all those reality shows to see if you got to know how to move, like.
Yes, because I didn't know about the gang culture until I watched 60 Days In. And I was like, oh, it's all about, like, your affiliation. So.
You know what? I would say Wallow's book is out right now.
Mm-hmm.
And in his book, he talks about the first time he went into jail and different things that happened to him. And he was very open and honest about things that happened. He even talks about one guy in his book, and it's very graphic, but he came into jail and they were using him to transport drugs from one side to the other. And very graphically, let's just say, I don't even want to talk about it. You got to read the book. But
did he have to like put it someplace?
Yes, he did. And he actually ended up dying because somebody did something to him and violated him and it burst. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, you know, you got to know how to, but some things, if they tell you, hey, we would like for you to do this, you can't really say no. But then when you do things and you have to keep on doing them, you know. But.
Keep your hands to yourself, people. Don't.
All right. All right. Now, Halle Berry, let's move on.
Yes, please.
Halle Berry was on Jimmy Kimmel Live and she talked about the time that Prince asked her out on a date. And hopefully she still has this piece of paper. Here's what she said.
I was at one of his concerts and he had somebody come out with a piece of paper. And you know, like kids do, you say, do you like me? Yes or no?
Yeah.
I went, yes. Came back out again. Would you go out with me?
And did you check one of the boxes?
No.
No.
I didn't send the paper back.
You kept the paper?
I kept the paper.
Can I have it?
I wonder why she didn't go.
I know, like that's Prince.
That's Prince. If anything, we have a jam session.
Yes, and he got he baby.
He has the baddest women.
The baddest.
Vanity, Apollonia.
And his ex-wife, is it?
Oh, Maite.
Maite.
Yeah.
Yes. No, he has.
And then he has Sheila E. as part of his band. I mean, that was amazing. She made me want to be a drummer when I was younger.
Well, I'm newly single, Angela. So do I need to write a note to somebody and say, do you like me? Check yes or no.
Well, and hopefully they send the note back.
I want it notarized.
You guys heard it. Slide into them DMs. Carlos King is single. All right. Well, that is your Yee T. And when we come back, we have Ask Yee. 800-292-5150 is the number. We are here to give you some advice. Me and the legendary Carlos King. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Turn it up. You vibing Way Up with Angela Yee.
Come right back.
More now.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here with Carlos King, and we have some breaking news. Now, according to TMZ, There is another woman who is now filing a lawsuit against Diddy. And according to this report, Diddy and a friend who was his head of security, Joseph Sherman, violently raped her back in 2001, allegedly. These are new legal documents obtained by TMZ. Carlos, you saw the story.
Yes, it's a lot.
She said she was 25 years old and dating one of Diddy's employees, and he lured her into a meeting with him and Sherman alone, where she says they sequestered her, gave her a drink, likely laced with a drug, and she briefly lost consciousness and woke up and found herself bound and restrained, being brutally sexually abused and violated, being mercilessly raped. And I don't even want to go into even more details than that. It's awful. When you read it. But she said she thought about killing herself and got extensive psychological treatment as a result of this alleged rape. And she never reported it because she was scared that they would ruin her life. I know a lot of people are like, why didn't you say it at the time? But she was scared that they would do something to her. And back in November of 2023, her wounds were reopened because she learned for the first time that Diddy and Sherman had video recorded her horrific rape and were showing it to people to humiliate her and her boyfriend and degrade her. And she said the very thought of that video being out there caused her to again consider ending her life.
Listen, this is all beyond sad, and my heart goes out to the victims. It goes to show you that this isn't going to stop. Like, there's going to be more lawsuits and stories that come out of this.
Especially when you know there was a lot, from what we're hearing, there's so much.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's so sad. It really is.
All right. Well, we'll keep you guys updated. But when we come back, we'll be talking to Carlos King. He is the king of reality TV. We'll talk about all the shows that you're in the middle of filming right now.
Yes.
And everything else that you have going on, because you also have your own talk show. All right. And we also have Ask Ye on the way. 800-292-5150 is way up.
Everybody whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts.
You should know.
This is Ask Ye.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here and Carlos King is here. Hey.
Hello.
And it's time for Ask Ye. That's when our listeners call in and ask for advice from us based on our own life experiences. And we have Devin on the line. What's up, Devin?
Hi, Yee. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm going through it. I need your help.
All right. Well, you're lucky. It's me and Carlos today.
Let's go.
Hi, Carlos.
How's it going?
So I moved into this spot about a year and a half ago. Great people, love where I'm living. It's a safe life environment. But the refrigerator was busted.
Mm-hmm.
My stuff was cold. The freezer wasn't the best. I kept my stuff. I got a separate freezer for this situation. Now the fridge is completely not working. And my roommates are like, well, you need to pitch in, even though it was busted when I moved in. I don't think it's fair. I don't want to pay. Like, it was like that when I moved in. Mm-hmm. I dumped my own accommodations. I shouldn't have to pay. Like, am I in the wrong?
I mean, I don't think you're in the... I wouldn't pay.
How much is it? Let's weigh this out here. How much is the fridge? Because
they need a full new refrigerator, and it's $2,500.
No.
I would say that is not part of my responsibility. You know what I would do? I would say, why don't we break it down proportionately by how long I've been living here, and then just figure it out from that way. So let's say I've been here for 3 months. Y'all been here for 2 years. So I will pay 1/8 of what the cost would be for my portion.
Negotiate.
And that's what
Yes.
That's what I was going to do. I said, like, I'll put in like $25.50. Like, I'll help with the labor. I'll, put in for the tip.
Yeah.
But I don't want to split this. Like, when
yeah,
it's
that's
just
not fair. That's like if you come to eat and you come to dinner, everybody done had dinner, drinks, and everything, and then you have one drink and they want you to help pay the cost for the whole meal that you missed.
Good analogy. Yes, yes.
But I just had some tips, exactly. And my family was saying one way, but then a couple of my friends just want me to take the high road. But I said, this is bigger than that. Like, this is money.
And I also think setting a standard too for people you live with, don't get taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying? Because you guys all have to live together. And I think if there's a way to discuss this in a practical manner, like, listen, guys, it already was a bit of money for me to move in here. I've only been here for X amount of time. It already wasn't working. I'm willing to put something in, but I'm not willing to split the cost evenly between us.
Equally. Exactly.
And I think that's a nice compromise.
Yeah, so give a little something, okay? But not the whole thing.
Okay. I won't give the whole thing, but thank you so
Just
much for your
tip.
advice, Whoopi. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Good luck.
Bye.
Good luck. Yes. See, there you go. Compromise.
Yeah. I think the analogy of we have a group dinner and I order one appetizer, then there you go.
All right. Well, that was Ask Ye. Thank you for that advice. That was cool.
That was good.
And when we come back, all things Carlos King. This is going to be fun. So I get to actually interview you.
Oh, I'm in the hot seat?
You're in the hot seat about everything you have going on right now. Okay. And so we're going to love that. All right. 800-292-5150. You can also leave a message because Carlos is coming back tomorrow. So if there's any questions you want to ask him, leave it there and we'll put it on tomorrow. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Everybody listen. Yeah. It's what y'all been waiting for.
You're tapped in to Way Up with Angela Yee.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here and Carlos King is here. Carlos, I'm so excited that you're here today, but most importantly, we haven't had a chance to really talk about you yet and everything that you've had going on, and we definitely wanted to have you on and give you your flowers.
Thank
just
you.
Because of being producing so many amazing shows. Right now, Love and Marriage Detroit is on.
Yes.
Currently, what is this, season 2?
Season 2.
Okay. All right, and then you also obviously did Love and Marriage Huntsville, which was a runaway hit from the beginning.
Girl, out the gate, still the #1 show on the Oprah Winfrey Network.
Oh, wow.
Crazy.
Why do you think people took to that so much? I know there was a lot of drama.
You know, listen, the show started off with these beautiful couples having a beautiful nightmare of issues. One of them in particularly were dealing with infidelity.
Yes.
And that affair really drew a lot of attention to the show. And besides that, it's a amazing cast of like real life stories, real life situations, and the fans cannot get enough of it.
What made you pick Huntsville? Because that's the first time, and I went to Huntsville once for the first time, and all I thought it was Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Yeah. No, we definitely put the city on the map. I fell in love with Melody and Martell, who were married at the time, and they introduced me to the other couples on the show, the Scotts. And I think people were just like into what they were going on with the community, you know, rebuilding homes. And I just love the fact that I get to put a different city on the map that nobody heard of, honestly.
I like that.
Yeah, so Huntsville is where it's at now.
Now, I want to ask you this, because you also have hosted reunion shows. You have your own show as well.
Yes.
Which I think is really, really good, because people trust you.
Yes.
With their information.
They do.
Could you see yourself in front of the cameras, maybe on a reality show?
See, listen, I could never give my personal life in front of the camera.
Okay.
I'm way too private of a person. So me hosting reunions and my own podcast, Reality with the King, I love doing that.
Okay.
So being on camera for that, yes. Y'all see who I'm dating and all that stuff? No.
Ooh, because you are newly single.
I'm newly single.
I know. We need some Carlos King tea. Anybody have any? Please hit me up, because I want to know. Because he's back tomorrow, and I feel like we can get some.
There's no tea. Everything is lukewarm. All I do is work. That's it.
All right, and you know, a lot of other things that you have going on. You know, we were both in Paris, and you've done wedding specials before too, and produced those. How is that different from doing like a reality show? Because there's so much that's that goes on behind the scenes. There's bridezillas.
Oh yeah, no, wedding specials are very difficult to do because it's a ticking clock of just like madness happening, and obviously the bride is going through the most important day of her life, right? So it's a lot of drama that happens behind the scenes because you're trying to like make everything happen. It's a pressure cooker environment. So that's why being at Jen's wedding, I'm like,
you were like producing things.
I was in producer mode, right? You saw that?
No, I know, because originally that was going to be a special. Is it still going to be a wedding special? Because I know that it had been talked about.
Yeah, I know they talked about it. I'm not sure, but because you know with Jen, there's tons of surprises. But I was in work mode half the time.
I was like, is he producing this? Because you were like, okay, move here, do this, do that. That's what you naturally do. Well, we have more with Carlos King when we come back, because I know there are different people in this space, but I want to hear more about your backstory and how you got to where you are today, because it's not an easy space to be in. You are nominated for an Emmy, so that's why you're in town, and we'll discuss all of that. It's Way Up.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Let's go. Yeah.
You are a media maven, right?
Ooh, you never know what Angie's gonna say.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee, and I'm here with Carlos King, and you never know what he's going to say either.
Well, we have that in common, love.
Mm-hmm. But we were just discussing how you are here in town because you're an Emmy-nominated producer.
Thank you.
And so that is for The Stroll, right?
Yeah, so it's a documentary that my company produced called The Stroll. It's about the black trans sex workers back in the 80s during the meatpacking district era. So we are nominated for Best Documentary.
You know what's crazy? I remember that era quite well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because you were here at that time.
I was here, yeah, because I'm from New York.
Right.
And remember, in Sex and the City, there were a certain period of time when they were there. But I remember for us, like even growing up, the meatpacking district was so different than what it is today. Because now it's very like trendy.
Oh, honey, it's bougie.
Yeah, it's very
They got Banana
bougie.
Republic. If there's a Banana Republic anywhere, it's bougie, baby.
All right, and then you also have Reality with the King. Now, I want to ask you this because sometimes for people who are in the line of work that you are, it's hard to befriend people because, you know, every now and then you got to be honest, you got to tell the truth, you have to be impartial.
Yes.
How are you when it comes to saying, like, this is my friend? Like, you and Dr. Heavenly are good friends, and then there's certain people that I see you with quite a bit on, you know, on your podcast.
Yeah.
As well. But how does that work for you? Because I know people who would say, I can't have friends in this business because then there's going to be times that we're going to have issues and bump heads.
No, that's a great question. So Reality with the King, my podcast, is a safe space, right? So I do invite my friends who want to be able to share their story. And the beauty of my friendships is what you see on my podcast with me asking tough questions, I do that in my real life.
Right.
If you're my friend, I'm going to ask you tough questions with or without the camera. And that's why my guests are like, no, this is who he is. And we know that he's not being malicious.
Right.
So it hasn't interfered with my friendships at all.
Now, most recently, you did interview Jennifer and Christian Gold.
Yes.
And people were like, he's asking everything that I wanted to know. How did they feel afterward?
Loved it. Listen, I love Jennifer Williams. She's been my friend for over 10 years. I recently met Christian. I love him too. They appreciated the fact that I gave Christian the opportunity to be able to tell his story and his side of the story because a lot of people were telling his story for him. So at the wedding, his mother came up to me in tears and was like, thank you so much for giving my son the opportunity to be himself. Because at the end of the day, there's so much conversation going around Jennifer and Christian that I wanted my friend Jennifer to know that you have somebody on your side, in your corner, that really just wants you to have a floor to address everything.
And when I spoke to her, she was like, my interview with Carlos King is going to come out. We both went up there, so everybody will see all the real information when that comes out. Now, say, for instance, you're cool with Tamar.
I am.
And then there's JR.
Yes.
Ex. And so you interview him, you interview her. So when you're interviewing him, do you give her a heads up, like, just so you know, Jeremy's coming on. I don't want you to be caught off guard.
You asked some really good questions, Angela Yee. That's yes.
I'm just wondering what's the protocol.
I know, like, yes, I gave her a heads up. I did.
Okay.
Because listen, Tamar Braxton is literally my friend.
Right.
And I also love JR.
Okay.
So for me, when I had the opportunity to interview JR, Tamar was definitely aware of it. She did not like turn on the tube. It was like,
I was just with you.
I was just with Carlos King. So no, I gave her a heads up because I really do appreciate my relationships, and I'm not going to ruin them by not being upfront.
All right. Well, listen, Carlos King is going to be here tomorrow. There's so many more things I need to ask you, and we'll get into that tomorrow.
I'm scared of you, Angela, girl.
Stop it. But when we come back, you have the last word. For the meantime, let's hear this song. This is a banger, and he's going to be performing at Powerhouse. Jordan Adetunji. Here is Kalani. It's Way Up.
Pick up the phone.
Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and happy Tuesday. And thank you to Carlos King for being here today, and you'll be back tomorrow.
Yes, thanks for having me.
I've been trying to get you up here, so I'm glad we made it happen. I feel like part of it was, we were hanging out in Paris, and you were like, all right, maybe it's not so bad.
No, I love you, Angela. I'm so happy to be here. I am not in LA anymore, so coming to New York is much easier.
All right, good. Well, we're going to make sure that happens. Yes. And you're in town for
the Emmys. I'm nominated for an Emmy, so wish me luck. Pray for me.
Everybody put your prayer hands under Carlos King's page and let him know that you are praying for him to get this Emmy. Yes. But you'll be back tomorrow.
Yes, I will be.
All right. So, of course, you guys know this show is all about you. That means you have the last word.
Hey, Angela. I just wanted to shine a light on you, Carlos, and everybody listening. I just want to say y'all are beautiful. Y'all are unique. You're one of a kind. You are loved. With that, y'all have a wonderful and beautiful day.
I want to shine the light on my sister, Anna Kabelka, who is the executive director of the Rockland Coalition for the Homeless Helping Hands. She goes out Tuesdays and Thursdays and feeds them. She makes sure they get everything they need. Toothpaste, toothbrushes. Right now she's doing a fundraiser to raise money to continue to help them.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.